There we go.
Happy Monday night, everyone. It sure is nice to see all of you. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. It's nice to see all your comments. Right off, we noticed that David said hello to Cruiseaholics. So Gordon and I would like to say, I'm Allison.
Hi,
he's Gordon.
I'm Gordon.
We've been off a ship for a week.
Whole week
and
now.
Boy, do we miss it. We really, really miss it. So before we forget, I'll remind you, we're going to miss Friday and we're going to miss Monday, but we'll be back a week from today.
A week and a half from today.
This is Friday. Monday. Yeah, a week from Friday we'll be back. I'm just going to pop out for a couple of days to Boston and visit our son and his family. So I won't be here Friday and Monday, but I'm coming home Tuesday. But anyway, just thought I would let everybody know. But it is just lovely to see all of you. And you know what else I want to tell you? I'm going to put this in a video, but this is really important. So I'm going to tell everybody here because I've noticed we have different people that watch in different places. And so while I like to think everybody watches a video, so go to protectyourpoints.com and fill out the little slip there and submit it to your congressman if you want to be able to keep the rewards points that come from using your credit card. Alrighty. I'll go into it more in depth in my video all about it with the information, but there's just a bill that is being put forth that would make it so those points will probably go away. And I love those points. I love them for hotels. I love them for plane tickets. And so Protect Your Points. And it's a website run by the points guy. So I'll talk to you more about that, but definitely, and it just takes a minute. It's not a long thing. So I just thought I would let you know. And let's say hi to everybody here. Let's see. Start at the top here. Tim and Cindy, so good to see you. I saw further down. So they're in North Carolina, and they had huge hail, tornado watch and everything. He texted me pictures of the hail, huge in his hand, even after they'd been melting. And he said here they got dents in their car. So yeah. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope they can be fixed and that your insurance will pay for it. So Matt, nice to see you. Have a Coke, John. Good to see you. Jody, we are doing much better around here, aren't we?
Yes.
Thank you for asking. So much better. His eye is still a little dark, but that one? Okay. So much better. So much better. So thank you. Yeah. Nice to see you, David. I hope Christy's doing better. Let's see. Becky, so nice to have you. May the luck of the Irish be with you. Be with all of you.
She's wearing her green and her little...
I got this in Scotland, but these are my earrings from Ireland, little shamrocks. So they don't match, but I just decided to wear them anyway.
I hunted and hunted to find a green one because if I don't wear green, see, she pinches.
Did they know I didn't do that? But this time, thanks for asking. And Monty, so nice to see you.
Because I don't have green PJs.
Kathy, good to see you. Lori, I don't ever buy him anything green. He's a blue boy. So, yeah, let's see. Lori's leaving on her cruise on Sunday. That's so exciting. So they've got sunshine in Federal Way. We have some sunshine here this afternoon, which is really nice.
We did.
Let's see. And Kay, so nice to see you, Kay. I hope you're doing okay. And Michael, always good to see you. He's heading to LA on Sunday for his Coral Princess. So he's going to do the exact same cruise we just did. So 2 things. I really hope that norovirus is gone. I hope that the more we get out of the winter time, hopefully that will just get better and better. But I still wouldn't touch anything. We were really careful about not touching things.
Yeah, we went on there with that the realization that Noro had been on there the previous cruise, and so we had gloves. And if we forgot our gloves up there, we just grabbed a couple extra paper towels.
Yeah.
And neither one of us got norovirus. No. We got a cold.
Thank heavens. But it could have been from the people in front of us. I mentioned that the other night. But Michael, we're really excited. I think you're going to really enjoy the cruise. Yes. You'll really enjoy it. And I know he usually likes bigger ships, but I think it's going to be a really special cruise on that ship. So hope you enjoy. So we'll be looking forward to hearing your updates. Yes. And we've got Sue and Phil are here. Good to have you, and Bill and Renee. Let's see. Talking about, they live in Greensboro, North Carolina. Oh, let's see. Carrie, nice to see you. Nice sunny day there, too. The sunshine just must be everywhere. Hey there, Gary and Anita. So nice to see you guys. Is it warming right up there in Virginia? It's great. And William from Richmond, Virginia. And Chris, how are you doing there in Indiana? Patricia Poole, you are welcome. Thanks, Patty. They're going to join us on the Eclipse Cruise in 2026. So really exciting. I've been looking at things, and that 2028 eclipse is going to be really hard to nail. The one that's going to go, that's going to cover, like when you look at Australia, like a swath across is the path of totality, a little of New Zealand there, like nobody's there. That's their winter time. And so just putting that out there. I don't know that one's going to work because
unless they do something from Singapore or Malaysia.
Yeah, up that way. I looked and nobody is, of course, talking about this yet. But anyway, I'm looking. So hold the phone, as they say. Let's see. And we've got Code 4 for Life with the Koningsdam. You know what? Following along with you guys, it looks like you're having truly the trip of a lifetime on a beautiful ship. Yeah. Really, really. With amazing food. Truly. Looks like it's really nice.
Yeah, they said their internet's going in and out.
So. Oh, is it? And you guys upgraded. I remember you told me you upgraded. So I'm really interesting. I'm going to pay attention to what the internet does, especially like on our British Isles cruise going further north, and see what that looks like with I'm sure we'll get the plus package. I just have this panicky feeling about somebody needing to get a hold of me and me not being able to be gotten a hold of. That causes me stress.
What day does Michael get on? Oh, on Sunday. For the Coral Princess.
LA on Sunday for the Coral.
And then, so someone down here is getting on, Chris is getting on the Discovery on Saturday.
Ooh, in LA. We're sure excited. Yeah. So if you aren't in our Facebook group and you do Facebook, you should come, because it's just Let's Go Travel Tips. Come and join, because we had some people post pictures of the eclipse, with that blood moon on last Thursday.
Last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were really good pictures. And like here it was snowing, so there was no way we could see it. So if you want to see good pictures, they did a really good job. So, and they were on the Discovery is why that came to my mind. So Ray and Linda, so good to see you guys. Really good to see you. I need to email you, so watch for an email. You didn't even know I was going to email you, did you? So I need to get that out.
Good to see you, Ray and Linda.
Really good to see you. They were with us just on the Panama Canal cruise. So we got a YouTube user here. Hey, everybody. And Susan, it's nice to see you. I love, she says, all my friends I've never met. Isn't it amazing how this works? It's truly amazing. Yeah. And then when I meet you all in person, I just like even more. So it's really nice. Let's see. Finally, he's okay. Got Christmas Cruise Day. Boss Papa, good to see you. Oh, Keith Ann and Jerry, so nice to see you. Did you hear anything about Princess offering new non-alcoholic menus starting in April? You know what, Gordon, can you look for that video? So they announced, I want to say it was back maybe the beginning of February, the beginning of January, end of January, that they were going to have those new non-alcoholic like wines and mixed drinks and all these kind of things. And they said that they would have them on the ship in March. And then March pretty much came and went. And on the cruise that we were just on, one evening in the Elite Lounge, they said that they would have some. And I can't remember why, but I wasn't there for it. But the people that had one brought one to dinner and said it was okay. But of course, I wasn't going to drink out of their glass, but they thought it was okay. But there's supposed to be like a lot now, and so that's like a huge expansion of what's covered in the Plus package, and it will be really interesting to see as they pick those up. If I'm guessing that they'll be, I don't know. I'm guessing that you would think that they would be in the package that includes your soda and your mocktails and smoothies and fruit juices, they call it. Doesn't include the fancy fruit juices from the juice bar, but the others. So yeah, we'll just have to see when they come up. So yes, I have seen that. So Gordon will see.
I'm sorry, I got that tickle.
Here, sweetheart.
I've got one right here.
And then, are you all right?
Yeah.
And so, Keith, I'm very excited. Very excited.
I haven't coughed all afternoon. Of course, I haven't talked all
afternoon. Because there's like from really fancy places that they're bringing the non-alcoholic wines and that. So, yeah. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, and if anybody is on a ship and you see those menus, let us know. I haven't seen the menu officially yet and haven't tasted one, so let us know. I hope they have them when we go on the Sapphire in May. I really hope they have them then. So let's see. I was home for it.
Oh, okay.
He's looking at videos trying to find it. Let's see. Vincent, nice to see you from Sarasota. And Janice, can only watch a bit. Okay, thanks for popping in, my dear. Nice to see you. I love you guys. Say hi to each other. Would you like to excuse us?
I think I'm okay now.
Okay. Ontario girl, nice to see you. Code 4 for life. The internet is going in and out on board. I wonder if it's just your location.
Yeah.
Because I remember they updated. Anyway, Ontario girl says she booked another cruise for this year and one for next year too. 2 weeks in Alaska and a transatlantic Italy and Greece. Should be fun. Absolutely. I think anything that involves Italy and Greece is fun, as well as Alaska. I really like Alaska. Let's see. Reward your points website. Is that only for U.S. citizens, Fiona? I don't know. Just try it. Oh, you know what it would be? I don't know that the website is, but this is, so it's a bill. It's a bill being put forward in the United States government. So yeah, it would make sense that it's
Right.
only, because what it does is you put in your information and then it picks up like who your representative, who's your senator, who's all this information. It automatically gets from your information you put in. So thanks, Fiona. You're a love. Thanks for asking. And thanks for, again, for pointing out the thing about the port there in Greenock, Scotland. So if anybody hasn't seen my video today, you should go watch it because it's all very exciting. A lot of important updates going on in the world of cruising and really refreshing, I feel like. Really refreshing. So let's see. Guys, I love you. Say hey to everybody. Let's see. Hey, Holly, nice to see you. And Craig, really nice to see you. Let's see. Talking to each other and other Lori. We have more than one Lori around here. Solo Love Boat Cruising. Nice to see you, Sue. Am I right? Is it Sue? I think it is, maybe. I was scared of the illness on my first cruise. I didn't enjoy the buffet sailing on April 20th. So, yeah, you know, I think it is that fine line. So here's an interesting thing right here. So it is a fine line between being, you know, cautious and careful and wise and enjoying your cruise and not getting too worried, but worried enough that you're wise. One time I was talking with someone that I've known and they're going to go to Europe this summer. And in talking to them, I said, how's it going? You're so excited. And I didn't book their trip. They're just people I know. And I don't even know if they know I do travel. But anyway, so in the conversation, I said, are you so excited? And they're like, well, I don't know, because, you know, there's threats of terrorism and it might rain. And I said, you know what? Just take your umbrella and go and have a wonderful time. And that was a new thought. So if anybody hasn't thought of that, you just have to go and enjoy and do your best. So go and be wise and hopefully you won't get sick. But like I said, I think we got sick probably on the flight home. Gordon didn't feel good as we were like the night before we were going to get off the ship. But would I go again knowing I had to get a bad cold? Oh, yes. It's worth it. Yeah, I would rather not next time. But
besides, I got a few days off work, a few more days.
Okay. Yeah, he worked.
Days,
well, today
vacation.
He worked from home. He worked a lot. So, hey, Donna. Oh, it is so good to see you, Donna from Texas. I've been thinking about you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming. And Sheila, nice to see you. Holly, you just got off the Navigator. How was your cruise? Wonderful ship and cruise, Mexican Riviera. She's back to Iowa where it's freezing cold.
Ooh.
Nice to see you, though. Are you okay with all the storms going on? So the Let's Go family members that I knew to think about in the midsection there, like where they had those tornadoes, like Oklahoma and Arkansas, right through there when I was seeing it in the news. I texted anybody I could had their number that works with me, and they were all okay. They knew of people like in Sweetwater, Oklahoma. One of the Cathys was telling me that where they were, they had like a couple of trees down, limbs down, everything, but luckily they were okay. But over in Sweetwater, Oklahoma, devastation. So I have been keeping you all in my prayers, and I hope you are keeping everyone in your prayers too. That's just devastating what has happened.
Pretty tough.
very much so. And a reminder to always give. Always give. We should always give because we're so blessed.
Oh, very much so.
Give to whoever you give to that helps people in an emergency. I won't tell you who that is, but whoever you give to. Well, there's Lee Bugby. So nice to see you, sweet Lee. I hope you're doing okay. Holly, thanks for reminding everybody. Thumbs up. Please give us a thumbs up. Here, I'll do the talking. You just try not to cough.
It's better.
This is really the most he's coughed all day long.
It is.
So, let's see.
Like I said, it's the most I've talked. So.
Oh my goodness. Chris says, enjoying a false spring. It was 70 last week and snow on Sunday. Yeah, I really wasn't kidding. Unless I need you.
Okay.
Don't talk. Connie and Michael, so nice to see you. Really good. And Pat and Rich. Got a new knee. Rich, I was thinking about you. You get a new knee tomorrow. Today, and on Wednesday is a red letter day for other people in our Let's Go family. So I'm thinking of you all so you can be in tip-top shape to go all the places we need to go together and separate anywhere you want to go. So let's see. Did it go okay? I hope it went okay. Yeah. Wants to recover for the Eurodom. That's in May. So got to get better. We're thinking of you guys. Okay, Pat and Rich. Find us here. Hey, Terry, nice to see you. Just 11 days till they fly down to LA and take that beautiful Discovery Princess. Nice. I am really excited. Oh, and Donna's got 61 days till her first Alaska cruise. So everybody going to Alaska for your first time, type in the comments here what your best advice would be. Tell her what you think. Because you know what, Donna, you're going to be blown away. I was blown away because, and I live in a place with beautiful mountains. We have beautiful picture windows on both levels of our home, the main level and upstairs. And so we see beautiful views of the mountains every single day, but it's a whole nother level there and a whole different world. So I'm really excited. So everybody put down there what your best advice is. So one of my best advice things is to take a waterproof layer, and it shouldn't be thick because then if it's on a warmer day, then you're still protected. But a lot of times it's just misting. So you don't want an umbrella, or you're in a group with a tour, or you're on the street, with the hustle and bustle of people looking in shops or getting their fudge or trying to see whatever. And then you don't have to worry about your umbrella when you don't really need it. That's but anyway, everybody, please do sincerely put in the comments for her what you would tell her. So, Holly says the group cruise highlight video was motivating. Thanks so much. I hope you can tell we just had the very best time. And I can't tell you how grateful I am to everybody that comes with us. I am so humbled by that you would come, and so grateful that everybody comes. Whoever wants to participate comes. I sure do appreciate Emil and Lori for putting that scavenger hunt together. Like, how fun. That was a lot of fun. And the karaoke and just like a fun that we wouldn't have had if we were by ourselves. Mm-hmm. So thank you all. Yeah. Love you more than you know. So very much so. Holly, 72 tomorrow and snow on Wednesday. We've been having funny weather too. We thought spring was here, and then turns out it wasn't. Let's see. There's a big dead zone in the mid-Pacific. So Carrie says that no wonder your Wi-Fi is going in and out. Yeah. Let's see. Finzian has 27 days till they're trans-Pacific to Auckland to Honolulu, I should say. Sorry, on the Royal. Wow, that's going to be glorious. We're going to just have to leave those kind of cruises until Gordon retires. So I'm not sure when this is, but it'll be a minute. It'll be a bit. But we sure have a lot of other things to look forward to. Yeah. So, here's Francis. Hey, Francis, so good to see you. And Ellen saying hi to Ray and Linda. We just miss all of you. Really miss you. We sit down together at dinner and we just look at each other. We do, but we miss everybody. Okay, let's see. We consider the Plus package if that menu is out in October.
Okay.
You know what? I'm sure it's going to be out because Keith, Ann, and Jerry, we should see what everything shows up. But with them coming and making some of them on ours when they hadn't released it, they're working on it. It seems like things are running behind a little bit because, today's the 17th. So anybody on a ship like Chris, let us know when you get on the Discovery if it's there. And Terry, just everybody that's going to be getting on. Let us know so that then we kind of know what to expect. And it helps everybody know too, because from now, I think it's 61 days until we get on our Alaska cruise. I was looking at it. Is that what you think too, sweetheart?
Something about that. It was 69 last I looked, but that was last week.
Yeah. And I will tell you, we upgraded to the Plus just to have that Wi-Fi, and it did not disappoint.
No.
Did not disappoint. It was really good Wi-Fi. Really good Wi-Fi. So I would have been really ticked if it was not so good. But even when we compared, I put it in one of my videos while we were on board, but I showed the speeds people were getting that didn't have the Plus package and what we were getting with. Total difference.
And if you consider some of the videos that I put up, if I compare them to a year ago when they didn't have that faster internet, those could have taken 4 to 6 hours, whereas the most that one took when we were not using shoreside cellular was probably 55 minutes. So that's a big deal. Go from 1 hour to 6 hours, or from the other way.
6 hours, 1 hour.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
So,
61.
yeah, Keith Ann and Jerry are going to come with us on the Star Princess inaugural. So that's going to be glorious. I am so excited because you know what? I am really hoping. So when we got to go on the inaugural for the Sun, so we got to go for a little part, of their first cruise there, or the second cruise there. I think it was the first cruise. But this bartender was on board that we recognized from a couple of other Princess cruises, and she is superb.
She was good.
And so you can kind of say to her, hey, April, make, and she knows how to make sunshine daiquiris the right way. And like when they're just like a regular, not in the blender, regular cocktail.
Pour a drink over
mocktail, I should say. But I am so excited because they're going to try to make that whole trip fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, I think they try that on every cruise, honestly. But with having a brand new ship, they're going to hopefully have their best foot forward.
Well, they try to do the same thing on the Sun as having specialty drinks for each different bar?
Oh, I'm sure they will. I am positive. Like, I don't even have to think twice.
Right.
I'm sure they will. Yeah.
And if you get into Spellbound, those mocktails
are superb. And they're only available in Spellbound.
Yes.
So, Pedro. Oh, and by the way, I looked just the other day and the dining is not out yet, still for the Star. I don't know when they're going to release it, but it's not even available. So, Pedro, nice to see you. I noticed our itinerary changed on the Regal, June 26th sailing. Orkney Islands removed, Shetland Islands off, added. No official notice from Princess, and we had shore excursions. Well, when they take it, a port off, they'll refund your excursions. On ours, they took off the Orkney Islands and put us in Invergordon instead. And you know what? So we've been to Lerwick in the Shetland Islands. I bet, is that your port? Pop it down there if it is. And so the day we were there was a Sunday, which I hope your day's not a Sunday, because everything was pretty much closed. Yeah. So we had an excursion that we had booked that was just mostly a drive around the island and then stopping at some different places. Loved that. We had a really, really good tour guide. She talked the whole time telling us lots of great things. And then we got to stop and see beautiful places. Really glad we did that. And then when we got back to town, we walked around and saw things, but like there were no fish and chip places open and only a few shops. So I hope you're not there on a Sunday. But if you are on a Sunday, for sure book an excursion or you're not going to be going anywhere. And like there were not people waiting on the port, like on the pier to offer you an excursion either. Yeah. So definitely book it through her, like either through Princess or if you find a private tour guide, definitely do that before you go. Definitely. Yeah. And you know what? So I love the Orkney Islands. When we went there last year, absolutely loved it. Invergordon, I'm thrilled we get to go there. So thrilled we get to go there. So it's just one of those things that's different, but it's amazing. So yeah, just throwing that in there.
One of your new favorite places.
It is. It is. I just love Scotland.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
is it easier and less flying time Europe from Canada than Minneapolis to Europe, for example?
They actually down here they talk about there in Montana.
Oh.
And so, I
don't think so because you know what? Look at where you're going, but when they fly up and over
the North Pole.
They do. So they don't go like this way around, they go over. And so I think the longest trip I ever took, Gordon wasn't with me, I was with Caroline, but it was from San Francisco to Frankfurt. Now that trip, we thought we were never going to get off an airplane. So I can only imagine what it's like.
That was about 14 hours.
To go to Australia. But I would just say, look at what the best flights are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're coming from northern Montana, your most likely point would be to either go to Seattle, which is kind of over, but then it doesn't add a whole lot of time, or to Minneapolis, and then from Minneapolis hop on over. And if you're going to London
but you can go to Canada if you want to.
Other places
too.
I
would just look at what works best from your airport, because Canada does work, and I would go through Canada if that was a really good connection. Evan, Jess, we're going to fly into Vancouver when we go on the Sapphire in May. And it's a cruise out of Vancouver. So, if you are going on a cruise in or out of Vancouver, you can always take the Princess Transfer from SeaTac up to the ship in Vancouver. And it works really well. We've done that several times. I noticed yesterday that it shows like 4 hours for that transfer. The longest I've ever been on is 3. And that was when they actually made us get off the bus at the port. It was coming back into the US. We had to wait on the bus for a bit. Then everybody had to get off. And it just depends. Well, I don't know how it is now, it turns out, but it used to be that sometimes they would have everybody get off the bus and go through the little thing in the little terminal and come back out and get on the bus. And sometimes we'd been there and they would just take everybody's passport and come back with them and look at you, as they gave it back or took it. So we'll see what happens. But the longest ride I've ever had is 3 hours. Why am I telling you this? Oh, but we're just going to fly into Vancouver. And we're really looking forward to it. So if you're flying into Vancouver, like our plane doesn't get there until 10:30 at night. So our plan is, and we looked at it again yesterday because the hotel is expensive, but the Fairmont Hotel is right by the baggage claim at that airport. And so we're just going to sleep there, get up the next morning and take the Princess Transfer to the ship. So
we don't have
it. And it's not, when you convert it to US dollars, it's not much worse than that.
Especially
There's a little
when
bit.
You consider trying to get an Uber out to a hotel. Maybe they've got a transfer, maybe not.
Well, when I stayed at the Hampton Inn without you that time, I had to pay for a taxi. They did have a shuttle. So anyway, put your questions first. Sorry.
And then back on that flight going.
Oh yeah.
Pull out a globe. This is your let's go travel tip for the evening. I love maps and I love Google Maps.
He does.
But pull out a globe and run your finger.
Handy?
I think they're both upstairs.
Okay.
But run your finger from Minneapolis or even from your own hometown over to your destination, be it Amsterdam, London, or wherever. And then try to do the same thing going through like New York or Atlanta and figure that out. And it's really amazing. It's an eye-opener to see how short it really is when you go that direction.
Yeah, I want to say, Boston to London takes less time than Boston to Salt Lake. Every time the kids come, they point that out.
Yeah. And it can cost less sometimes.
Yeah, and it does cost less usually. Yeah. So, just throwing that out there.
There are many choices.
They keep coming here, so we're okay.
That or we keep going there like she is next week.
Let's see. Okay, never does buffets as they prefer.
Yeah, and Pat and Rich. Who was it, Pat or Rich that had the
Wendy. Oh, you know what? It was Rich that got
Rich.
a new name.
Good luck, Rich.
Yeah, we're thinking of you truly. Yeah. So Wendy is late. That is okay. You are never late, my dear. We are so glad you came. Hope everything is going well in your house. Yeah. So
here's some of the Alaska tips.
Oh, some of the tips. And Holly, I was just going to say, she pointed out they had to fly around storms. So they went up to South Dakota and Minnesota, then down to Madison. It's amazing how they do that, isn't it? Yeah.
I remember a flight from Salt Lake to Seattle one time. And I've never been on a passenger jet where the pilot was going like this around the Thunderheads. It was a fun.
When was that?
It was a business trip.
Oh.
It was just a fun ride in reality.
Yeah. Sheila says, just got off the Discovery and wow, it was cold. Sorry, Sheila. That's Southern California. When we lived there, I used to tell Gordon, I used to say, it's supposed to be warm here all the time, but it's not. Like somehow my indignation would warm it up. Remember that?
Yeah.
I've grown up since then.
And it didn't push away the smog either.
Oh, Ray is such a love. He says, if anyone is thinking of a group cruise with Allison and Gordon in the future, just do it. We were on the Ocean to Ocean last week, and it was by the far the most fun we've had cruising. Well, you know what? Ray and Linda bring a lot of fun with them.
They did.
But we thoroughly enjoyed them. They brought their niece and her husband. What a fantastic time.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Really fun. So Carrie's got 2 weeks till the Majestic, April 1st. I know we're going to be dying to hear if you go to Santorini, Carrie, because everybody, I hope you're watching my videos every day so you're up to date.
It's an April Fool's for you.
So Life, Liberty, and Gun says, we did enjoy our Panama. We leave for their Panama Canal cruise 2 months from today, LA to New York. Oh, I am so excited you're on that cruise. Okay. Yes. Like, I think I said it on our last live. Somebody mentioned they were going, and I was like, I remember when they released that cruise. And I would have gone if Romeo, but you know what? It's okay. It doesn't matter. I'd be on that. Don't joke.
It's just you keep bringing up. If I was retired, I'm
not mentioning it again. I really like his pay coming into our account every month, and I really like he loves what he does. It makes him happy. It makes him happy, keeps him moving. He loves the people he works with more than anything. So it's a good thing in our life. So, and Life, Liberty, and Guns just got back from their Hawaiian cruise on the Grand, nice. And it was great. Let's see. The only comment that we have is due to the age of the ship. It made a lot of creaks and noises. There you go.
I think a new one would still creak through the Pacific.
Gordon, we don't know any. But I'm glad you had a good cruise. Yeah. Really glad you had a good cruise. Okay, Holly's best advice, have a balcony. Okay, sweetheart, we got to think of like what they can control. I think they do have a balcony. But going for the 3rd time in September. Well, hello there, Kim. Nice to see you from Montana. Oh, for 26 and 27, we have a lot of group cruises planned. I'm waiting for more of 2027 to be released. In 2027, we only have our Eclipse cruise on the Nile, if you can believe it. I am so excited for that trip. And it is so far away, but really, really excited. So that's the only thing, but we're going to do more in 27 once more is released. So right now there's Caribbean. We've got some Caribbean cruises for 2027, some Australia, and New Zealand cruises are out there.
We're anticipating Japan.
Japan's got to be coming, and Europe we want, and we need Asia. Japan. Japan, interestingly enough, when you look at destinations on Princess's website, they have one for Japan and they have one for Asia. So, yeah, but 2026 is going to be marvelous. Look at our list. So we've got.
I just put it up.
We've got Antarctica. We're going to do the Stars and Stripes, July 4th sailing from Boston round trip, overnight in New York. I got to figure out New York. I was going to see the New York through the eyes of a New Yorker, and now I don't get to. So I've got to figure out what we're going to do. But I've been thinking about it and got great ideas.
Did you mention the Antarctic first?
Antarctica. We've got the Star Princess going to Alaska, brand new ship. Very first year in Alaska. Really important. So we're going to do that on the Star. I mentioned the solar eclipse. We've got. Oh, the solar eclipse is in August of 20. Interestingly enough, that solar eclipse cruise on the Sky Princess has more openings than it used to. And I think part of it is we've had a few cancellations because life just comes up, right? And people change their mind or something comes up. And then like Princess is doing an eclipse cruise on the sun. And it's still more expensive than just a regular cruise would be. They're doing a 7 and a 14, but I think some people maybe wanted that instead. So we've got that cruise. And then what else is in 2026? The British Isles. So is September 7th. And that's the 12 days leading up to September 19th with the Fire and Ice Transatlantic. Then just for those of you who would like to stay home or would like a little more fun in your life, the Western Caribbean, we're doing round trip from Fort Lauderdale on the Sun Princess, November 29th of 2026. And that really is just going to be for fun. That to me is like fun ports, but I think it's a fun cruise to stay up late and really enjoy because you can get up a little bit later and just thoroughly enjoy that.
Yeah, in fact, there's 3 sea days.
There are 3 sea days.
But it does go to Princess Key.
Does
that's
Key.
to me very
which
exciting.
has been taken off, like when we were going there on Princess.
Yes.
Have I only been to the Caribbean on Princess once? Oh my heck! I've only been to the Caribbean once on Princess, 3 times on Celebrity, twice on Norwegian, once on Royal Caribbean. That says a lot, doesn't it?
Was it only
we got
the
to up
Caribbean
that.
Princess, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but thoroughly enjoyed Celebrity. Very much enjoyed Celebrity in the Caribbean. No complaints. No complaints.
Mm-mm.
So, but yeah, so much fun. And then Elisa, thanks for saying this. Alaska went beyond their expectations. They went several years ago. Did a 10-passenger seaplane that landed on the glacier.
Wow.
Oh, see, you are so much more daring than I am. But they do have those.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is depending on what part you're in, like which seaplanes they offer. And then if you do a land tour, like a cruise tour with Princess, like they'll take you to even different glaciers from like the land portion of your trip. Yeah, the world's your oyster when you do that. It's really cool. Thanks for saying that. Very brave.
Yeah.
Gonna do that. So Lulu, really good tip. She says to go listen to the naturalist talks.
Yes.
You do. You learn a lot, and they're unless you know what, I want to say they're all good, but usually they'll be out on deck at certain times and pointing things out to everybody. And that's a really good point, Lulu, too. Not only go listen to them like Lulu said, but it also makes me think Donna and everybody else, like, go be out on the deck with them. Like, don't just be in the ship the whole time, doing what, because they are going to run an amazing program of lots of activities all the time. But get out there, be outside so that you get to see all the things there is to see. Because a bunch of the things that you do inside, you can do on any cruise. So you want to be outside and take time to go out and see what's out there.
And I don't remember this from the very first cruise, but from the later ones, they had a poster up. And it pinpointed where they expected to see orca, humpback whales, dolphins and stuff, and the dates and times. Take a picture of that right off the bat.
Yeah.
And keep it, and maybe even put an alarm in your phone of when that's going to happen so that you can be out there on deck looking for those.
Because you see some things, like you can see a whale anytime, but there are places where you're more apt to.
You're going to see a lot. When we came down the inside passage, we were out there on the bow with the naturalist, and we were looking for some humpbacks, and all of a sudden there were hundreds. I mean, we're saying hundreds
so many
of
dolphins. Porpoises.
Yes, and it surprised the naturalist. She was like, I've never seen, and they were chasing the wake and jumping in front of the bow. It was just incredible. Yeah,
that was Anchorage to Vancouver. This time is we're going the other direction,
right?
But it was really, really cool. And I love that Sue and Phil say, don't let the rain stop you. Yeah, don't let the rain stop you anywhere in the world, and definitely not in Alaska, because until you go there, you don't know that Juneau's in a rainforest.
Oh yeah.
You don't know how much it rains up there in all the places. So that's why I'm like, take your jacket. Yeah. Do take an umbrella in case you get in a downpour. But just get out there and go. And always bring 2 pairs of shoes. I say that in my Alaska packing video, because if one is wet from the day before, you want another one to wear when you go out and about. And I love Tim and Cindy. They're craving a ham and cheese sandwich and a pot pie from the International Cafe. Wasn't that just fun? It was a lot of fun. That International Cafe gets a lot of mileage, doesn't it? I think it's one of the better things Princess has thought of. Oh, thank you, Fiona. She's got a friend on the Sky, so she's going to ask if they're having those drinks yet. Thank you.
Okay, I'm putting up a link for our video of what to wear in Alaska.
Okay. Was that one of our first ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's timeless.
It's timeless. Yeah. So let's see. Kim is going 17 days on the Ruby out of San Fran to the Hawaiian Islands. Nice. You're going to love that. Let's see. Hey, Gina and Michael. If we went to Alaska again, we would do the helicopter ride and sledding on the glacier. It was memorable. It was unforgettable. Maybe we should try that. Oh, no, you know what? This time in Juneau, we're going to take Gordon to see the Sawyer Glacier because I went without him one time. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. So we'll have to maybe add that for next year.
We'll plan it for next year on the Star.
And I'll work up my guts, Gina, so that I can actually do it, not cancel it.
And I'll work on losing more weight so I don't have to pay double.
He's getting better. So thanks for saying that, Gina and Michael. Let's see. Oh, Pat and Rich, thank you. You know what? If you have, she is so dear. She says, if you have not done a group cruise with us, you're missing out. The groups are the best. Are the best. Yeah. You all are the best people.
We'll slip you your 20 later.
No, they know everybody is the best people. You can tell. Hey there, Sandy and Mike. So good to see you guys. Oh, and Steve says excited for the Hawaii cruise, 17 days from San Francisco. In 17 days. Wait, are you going to be on the same ship with Kim? Okay, Kim, you and Randy are going to be on the ship with, I know her husband's name because they're coming on the Love Boat Cruise with us, and with Steve and Bev. That's so nice. Exciting. I don't know if you'll see each other, but that's cool. Oh, thanks, Pedro. Please, if you haven't hit the like button, hit that. Sheila, nice to see you. She's from Alberta. Reach out to me if you're wondering about flights. She wants you to reach out to her if you have a question about flights from Calgary. So thanks for saying that. Well, hello there. Nice to see you, Sean and Alana. Yeah. They're down under. They are in Australia. Yep. So if you haven't looked at their channel yet and subscribed, this is your tip to do it. Yeah.
We've been home for a long time. Yeah.
See, Pat and Rich said the Shetland Islands were a great surprise to them too. Oh, you know, it's that thing I always wonder about all these itinerary changes. Like, do they just put them on the schedule and not ask first, or what? I don't know. But I guess things can come up in the ports. I don't know. It's interesting to me that they have to make so many changes. But I don't know. I don't do that for a living, so I don't know what it entails. So, let's see. Gordon has not retired yet.
We weren't talking about that anymore.
Yeah. Ellen, so nice to see you. No matter where I go, it's always much further to travel from a destination to Australia. I believe, I believe you than the other way. Because when you go somewhere, you're so excited, right? Yeah. And then when you're coming home, you're like, I'm going home. So Mark says 14 hours is nothing. We do 14 hours just to get to Dubai and then another 7 to Europe for their annual trip. Yeah, wow. That's a long ways. It is a long ways for you guys. Let's see. Carrie's going to fly from Munich to Vancouver after his cruise. Holly, I've stayed at a Days Inn in downtown Vancouver. That's good to know. Okay. Not fancy, but clean. That's all you want. It's just clean. It's okay if it's not fancy.
And only 3 blocks to the cruise port.
Oh, so everybody remember that. Days Inn, 3 blocks from the cruise port. You can't miss that. Yeah. Let's see. Alaska favorites were ziplining and the dog sledding. Thanks for saying that, Jody. Let's see. What length of British Isles cruise do you suggest to include Wales? You know what? So you just need to look at the itinerary because, when Princess does those, and so do some other cruise lines, but I am going to say I've looked at British Isles cruises a lot, especially when we went and enjoyed it so much the first time. And if I weren't going with Princess, I would go with Azamara. Truthfully, I've looked at the itineraries that all the other ones do. Those are the ones I love the most. And I would check Holland America from year to year because they vary, a little bit. But when Princess does them, they'll have some that are more whales, that have more whales. Well, I would say they're more Wales and some of England and a little bit of the other. And we just intentionally chose ones that had more Scotland and some Ireland thrown in. So just look at the itinerary. Most of them are at least 12 days. That's about where Princess does with their British Isles cruises. Sometimes they'll be up a little bit. Sometimes they'll be 10. But usually they're right around 12. And that's what I would do. Mm-hmm. So we have driven over to Wales before and driven like in that region, but
or at least down by Cardiff. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what I meant.
We've not been out to the coast.
Oh no. Just we drive to Cardiff, and I think if you've followed along here, that's where my 3rd great grandfather is buried. And he came from up in Aberdeen, I need to find more about where he came because I should look at his birth record I found. I want to say it's up by Inverness. Mm-hmm. And so at any rate, I've gone to see his grave a couple of times now. And every time we go and drive there, like this time we're going to drive around again in August. And I say to Gordon, do you think we should go there again? But we want to go see new things too. So I think we're going to go see new things this time and go again another time. But Anyway, why did I just tell you all that?
Because they asked about Wales, and we've never done a port stop in Wales.
Mm-mm.
The closest we've been.
Oh, but you know what? On our cruise stop, on the cruise coming up in August for the port in Liverpool, we're going to go see Conway Castle and the town. That's what we're going to do, and I'm doing that on a recommendation. Several people have told me that's a really, really good excursion with Princess and a really cool place to see. Very worthwhile. So that's what we're going to do. So. Let's see. San Pedro is supposed to have a high of 64 Saturday. Mexico is upper 70s and low 80s. Yeah. And that's 64, as you know, Chris, can really vary a lot as to whether it's sunny or not, how windy it is. So just on sail away, have a jacket if you're
especially in the evening when you're on the water.
But it's going to be grand. But if you're like us, when you're coming from the cold weather, I'm out there in short sleeves trying to soak it up. So do you have any idea when Princess will be releasing the Caribbean for June of 2027? You know, somebody told me that Europe was coming, which is the summertime, in a few weeks. I don't know how accurate that is, like hopeful. I don't know if that's hopeful or accurate, but hopefully the Caribbean will be close then too, because it's crazy how much things are still booking. Yeah. So we'll keep our eye. I'll let you all know as soon as they're out. Yeah, stick with me and I'll let you know. Melvin says 35 days till they embark on a majestic ship. Myself and my new wife are very excited. Oh, congratulations on a new wife. We're really excited for you.
Carrie will be there.
Oh, and he'll be there. There you go.
Yeah.
It makes me I love to look where she's on the map right now in Palermo. This makes me excited. But you know what? So the inaugural for the Star Princess is going to Palermo, which is not a really frequent stop for Princess. So, or even for a lot of big ships. So it's a big deal. I haven't been to Palermo in a really long time. So let's see, Chris. Let's see. If you don't have a lot of luggage, taking the SkyTrain between Vancouver to the waterfront near the cruise port isn't as easy and affordable option. Thanks for saying that, Chris. People have mentioned that before, and I should just keep remembering to tell people.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Depends on who I'm going with. When I'm going with Gordon, I'm not going to take the SkyTrain and all of our luggage.
Maybe if I were going alone, you
with
didn't want to go alone either.
On the SkyTrain and how my luggage go without me? No, it would have. No. So anyway, what's your thoughts in Boston for hotels for the group cruise July 3rd, 26? Hotels could be expensive and hard to come by. Mm-hmm. They'll be expensive. You know what? They're expensive even when it's not the 4th of July. And so I was looking the other day and they're not even available to book yet. And so I'm thinking that maybe, you know, usually hotels are around 6 months, sometimes 9 months-ish they'll come out. Every once in a while a year, but I'm just going to keep an eye on it and see. And it would really just depend on what you want to do. If I were Boston, the T there to get around is excellent. You can go if you want to come and see all the sites there in Boston, you really can do it walking or using the T. And so you can even get out to Bunker Hill. And so, yeah, that's what I would do. And so with doing that, you could stay over in Cambridge if you see somewhere a little cheaper close to the T, or like in downtown Boston. There's places over closer to the cruise port, but that's a little further away from a metro stop, a T stop.
Yeah.
So
what's the T stop by the Hampton Inn that we go to?
Leechmere.
Yeah.
It's on the Green Line.
And there's right along there's the Hampton Inn, there's a new Fairfield Inn, there's a Holiday Inn across the street. Mm-hmm. If Kendall Square, there's a bunch of Marriott and Residence Inn right around there too.
Mm-hmm. And there's a Kendall Square stop.
Yeah.
And then over by Harvard, there's a stop, in Central Square, there's a stop. So just look, and if you need help, let me know. And I'm delighted, but we'll see when reservations start to open up. Yeah. So Gina says, thanks for saying this. A tip for Alaska: when you're outside on deck, always take your binoculars with you. That's a really good one. Even if you don't think you need them. I have a small pair that are not too heavy. Yeah. Thanks for saying that, Gina. That's a really good tip, because every time you go outside, you should be prepared.
Yes.
Yeah. Have your phone with you to take pictures, or your camera, whatever you want, and have, like she said, your binoculars. Yeah. I'm really excited. Hey, Thomas. So nice to see you. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Meg says waterproof shoes and a large brimmed waterproof hat.
There you go. Yeah, something to keep the rain off. I just take my windbreaker. So, and here's a good tip. Get a windbreaker that's breathable. So it's not wearing a plastic bag so that when you walk or you hike, then you're just melting. Yeah, we have ones we really like from Eddie Bauer. They were not ridiculously expensive, but they cost more than like the cheap plastic ones that'll make you melt. But we have used them for years. They're really good and we really like them. So you can just put it up. When is your Australian group cruise scheduled for? You know what? We don't have an Australian one yet.
2028, 2029.
I think you could write 2028 on your calendar. I do. Because maybe by then Gordon will be retired. Our goal is to go do that so that we have enough time to go down there. There are so many cool cruises around Australia. You've got the Circle Australia one. You've got ones that
they go over to New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. There are so many cool ones. So when we go and spend all that time and money to get down there, we're just going to try to soak up a lot. And then when people want to come, if they want to do the whole thing, they can, or if they just want to do one, they can just do one.
Well, the Down Under Cruisers offered to put us up for a month. So
okay, David and Tim, you guys say party time. I missed the beginning of that. So
probably because Tim was wanting the ham and cheese or the pot pie.
I love that.
We had chicken pot pie the other night.
It was just Marie Callender's though, and it was not as good.
Not as good.
It was not as good as it was on the.
And I made a ham. I made a ham and cheese yesterday, and it was on sourdough though.
Yeah. Let's see. What else am I missing here? Oh, Sandy said they took the seaplane to Taku Lodge over the glaciers. It was amazing out of Juneau. Thanks for saying that. See, I need to get more brave. I really do. Hi, Kristen. So good to see you, sweet lady. Really nice to see you. The party doesn't start until you get here, my dear. So you're not late. The rest of us are just early. So what length of cruise? Oh, we got that for Wales. David. Oh, thanks so much, David. I am a travel agent. Cost you nothing. And thank you. And he says I do incredible group cruises. It's because incredible people come. So, and you can come I love that David reminded us you can be as involved as you want or as not.
As you want.
Yeah, you don't even have to say hi when you get on the ship. You don't even have to act like you're there. Or you can come a little bit or come a lot. Yeah, we're just tickled pink to have you come. And if you have another booking and you need help with it, you would like me to take it under my wing. If it's been 60 days or less with Princess and you want the help for it, you can send me an email and I can help with that. So be delighted. Thank you so much, David. Let's see. Oh, Wendy's a love. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Wendy. My services are free. You're absolutely right to be your travel agent. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to pay more for your cruise or your land tour. It's just the same.
Yeah.
So thanks. Yeah. Hey, Bobby, Pan Pacific in Vancouver is fabulous. It is, you know what? I have not stayed there yet. Actually, the night before our cruise, it's sold out. It is that fabulous. You walk out, like she says, you walk out of the terminal and it's just right there. You can walk right out. The address is Canada Place. You'll literally walk out and here they have a luggage service that they'll take your luggage over for you. So pretty sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Christy says, how are you doing, Christy? You've been in our prayers that you'll get feeling better. Been worrying about you. So excited for Palermo. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, it's the only city I've ever been. So Caroline and I went there on a land tour. Do you have a second?
No.
Yeah. So we get to Palermo. It's the only town, and it was an Italy tour. So we went all over Italy in a bus. It was so much fun. But anyway, it's the only town that we got into. And while we're all still on the bus, we get the lecture about be really careful. There's still a lot of mafia, still a lot of organized crime here. And so we're like, but we had the most glorious day there. We went to see the Morale Cathedral and it was fantastic. But I'll never forget that. Yeah. Caroline and I were like, well, now what do we do? So, like, so
that was the first time that she and I had gone for longer than nearly a week and a half before we talked to each other.
Since we'd been married.
Yeah. They took a cell phone with them. which had an e-chip in it. That
and
was,
we'd been married 27 years by then.
Yeah. And it was the longest.
No, we didn't use the cell phone. No, on that one, we didn't have a cell phone that worked there. We would go to the tobacco shops there, and you buy the calling card. And then you use the phone in the hotel room and pick it up and enter the numbers.
We sent the phone with Caroline when she was there. Oh yeah.
It was old.
A long time.
Anyway, it was just fun. Let's see.
I like what William said.
I put all the stuff I need in my hat so that I don't forget all the items when I leave the cabin. That's a really good idea.
If you got your hat there and you got
he puts his wallet, his sunglasses. Thank you for saying that, William.
Pick the whole thing up.
It's a really good idea. Oh, Fiona says they stayed at the Yotel in Boston, and it was ideal. Good location for walking into the city and near the cruise port. Thanks. I'm going to write that one down that you've stayed there, Fiona. It's good. I've heard some other people mention that place as well. Is that over by the Tea Party Museum? The Boston Tea Party Museum?
She says by the cruise port. So, yeah, that museum is over there. So,
yeah. So, it'll be busy. So, we all have to be on it and get reservations right when they open up. So, we'll keep our eye, and you all keep your eye if you notice they're open. Let's see. Down Under Cruiser says, yes, you do have an Australian group cruise. The Great Barrier Reef cruise with the Down Under Cruisers December 29th, 2026 until January 4th, 2027. You know what? It's just this hard thing. That's the beginning of the semester, Sean. Love you.
Well, and it's right after we get back from Christmas market.
I know, but you can't be gone at the beginning. He just that's non-negotiable. But it would be wonderful, though. You're going to have to post lots of pictures, and we'll follow your channel and keep an eye on what you're doing. So let's see. Okay, Fiona, we'd love to have you come. Let's see, Sandy, you make them so fun. Thanks, Sandy and Mike. So Sandy and Mike have come with us twice on the Love Boat cruise. Just this last on the Enchanted at the beginning of September, end of August, and then on it's coming. Anyway, they've come twice. So anyway, William is asking again. So the list of group cruises, just go to letsgotraveltips.com.
Right.
So
there's the whole link. It's right down below. You can click on it and it'll take you right there.
See, have we heard about taking a cruise? What have you heard about taking a cruise in the Orient? So Melvin, there are really so many options about taking a cruise over there in Asia. You can get ones, I love this one that's going, it's sold out. So, but it's at the end of September. It goes clear from Seattle. You can go from Seattle or Vancouver, clear to Singapore. It goes, it's is it a month? It's more than a month. And so just over a month, 28 days, I don't know. But you can do it that way, or you can fly over and do some Japan. There are ones that are heavier on Vietnam and then Singapore, or round trip from somewhere. There are so many things to see. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do Japan for sure. And we'll just kind of see for 2027. I am waiting for it to come. But Gordon has really wanted to do that. And so I feel like we got to do it. And there's not room in 2026. So we're going to do it in 2027. I know, Sean, you're teasing us. But at the same time, we're going to shock you. We are going to come sometime.
We'll show up at your door one day.
No, we're not going to show up at your door. But we are going to come. Yeah, and get to see you while we're there. Let's see. Tim says, we remember going to the phone booth stations, had to pay in advance, and then you were assigned to a room with a phone. Isn't that, I forgot about that, but you're right. I remember that. And remember when you would be at the airport, there'd be millions of payphones and everybody would be using them and you'd wait your turn, all the things. Yeah. Thanks for saying that. So, Carrie's not going to Palermo, but Messina 3 times. I love Messina. Yeah, what's that quote from Shakespeare? Let's see. Remember going to a phone. Oh, wait, that's what Tim said. Okay. Let's see. The solar eclipse cruise. Thank you, Sandy. I knew that. I'm thinking, what was in April? Yeah. Thank you, sweetheart. Let's see. Is the 360 dinner worth it on the Majestic?
Yes.
So they don't have the 360 dinner on the Majestic. 360 is only available on the Enchanted and the Discovery. But if you're on one of those ships, I think it's worth it.
I just put a link up to the one that we did.
Sandy and Mike, we went to it with them. Did you guys think it was worth it? Say in the comments if you think the 360 was worth it. I did. I've gotten to do it twice now. I don't know if Michael is still here, but we did it with him. It was so fun. Like, I'm glad I did it again. I didn't feel like I was wasting a penny. We really, really enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So, yeah. Let's see. You guys are so kind. We won't show up on your step, but we'll take you to dinner and see you otherwise.
Well, yeah. So Thomas was saying, surprise, my semester starts so early. They start early in January and they end mid-April. And in fact, a lot of students from my university go to Alaska as tour guides.
And they work there.
Yeah. They work there this summer because
that's why I always think, well, not only and from where he works they do, but from a lot of other universities they go up and work. So I always think when you want to do a cruise tour in September, everybody says that some of the services are reduced because a bunch of the kids had to go.
Yeah,
a bunch of the employees had to leave. So yeah, Sandy and Mike say 360 is definitely worth it. So would I go on the Discovery or the Enchanted just to do 360? You know what, if it was going somewhere I wanted to go, and if I had time, I would. It's really, really cool. It's really cool. So look for where your ship is going. Oh, Casey, I appreciate you saying that. 360 is good to do once. Take good care, Carrie. We'll see you. Yeah. Let's see. Does anybody else have any questions? Are we at the end? Oh, David said that 360 on the Discovery is great. Thanks for saying that, David. William says, my aunt used to lease the telephone from the phone company because a long time ago it was illegal. It's just crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
He says he also remembers going to the airport and putting it in a quarter to watch
the TV.
Yeah. Little tiny
things have changed, haven't they? Yeah, it's changed so much.
And now what do you got?
So Thomas says in Illinois, they start the day after Martin Luther King Day. So has anyone cruised Alaska in late September? Is a lot shut down? Can anybody say that? Yeah. If you've been there in late September? I haven't been there in late September. I haven't. So it's interesting. Some of the cruise lines go to like mid-October. Princess doesn't, but that's late. I think that's really late. I think that's late for weather. And, some years it's going to be beautiful, but to me it's late for weather because it is that much later. And you wonder how much is open. So here, Holly, I'm going to write that down. I'll ask that in a video. Because I know a lot of people cruise early September and have had good luck the last couple of years. But I'm writing late September. Okay. All righty. Anything else before we go? Oh, everything was open, Sue and Phil said. September 21st. That's great to know. Thanks, you guys. Now I don't have to ask. That's great to know. Have you ever cruised Australia in late November? Has anyone? If you haven't. I was looking, though. So, Sean, since you're here, they have that eclipse coming in July 2028. But I know that's your winter time. So the only ship that I could find that was there I want to say I looked in 2026 as well as 2025 was Ponnet because it's your winter. Yeah. Melvin's
got a good question about doesn't drink alcohol and allergic to shellfish. Would you still have a good time at the 360?
Yes. Because you know what? Okay, so here's one thing you're going to like to know about 360. So we don't drink alcohol either. So before you make your reservation, right? Before you go, they're going to call you. They're just going to say, here's where to be when. And at that time, they asked you if you drink alcohol. We said no. And so they give you, right when you arrive there, right to where they have this really cool backdrop with 360 on it that you can get your picture taken there. And they hand you a cocktail with 360 on the top. We have it somewhere in one of our videos, but they handed us a non-alcoholic one. And then throughout the evening, they'll bring out different wines with different courses for people. And several times they brought us new mocktails, and they were actually good. Yeah,
we had at least 3 or 4 different.
It wasn't just like Hawaiian Punch and 7-Up. No, it was really good. Yeah. So that was good. And then shellfish. There's octopus in one of the courses, right? But other than that, I think that's the only.
Right. There might have been a shrimp.
Oh, maybe there was a shrimp, but there's lots of other good food. It's not
specific. No, shellfish.
No, there's
or seafood.
What's that other thing they bring? I always think of them as crawdads because that's what they look like that we used to catch. I don't know. But anyway, no, I think you would enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it. And the cost is the same.
Crayfish? Is that what you're
I don't know. But anyway. So our group cruise to Japan is not scheduled because the cruises have not been released for 27 yet. So not yet.
Have you ever looked up in the sky and seen the Southern Cross? Yes. And every time I do, I think of the Crosby, Stills, and Nash song.
Yeah. But you know what? Every time we think of going to Australia, we think of you, Sean, and tell Alana too. Yeah, we do actually.
And I've watched the Big Dipper or Little Dipper, and one of them set. That one's been interesting.
Yeah. So we got to do that. Let's see. Sandy says our mocktails look good, and Pedro went the last Alaska sailing last year. How was that, Pedro? Was it good weather for you? I hope so. Oh, thank you, the langostinos. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
But they do look like the crawdads I used to catch in the creek. Yeah.
I would not have. Okay.
So bye to.
Let's go.
We'll see you, Tim. Oh, look, I love that. I love that they. You know what? You are the best, you guys. Thanks. There was a giant head on shrimp. I love you, Sandy. Okay. Oh, it is so good to see all of you guys. Thanks for coming tonight. Thanks for making it fun. We sure love you all.
Thanks for your caring about us. Yeah. We do feel a lot better.
We care about you back.
I feel so much better, yeah.
So thanks.
Thank you. That helps.
So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.